Welcome back, everybody, to Synalytics Crypto. My name is Mike. Thank you for joining me here today. I've got a couple things I want to go over with you guys today. A little bit of I'd say bullish pieces of news. You decide for yourself after we go through them. But really what I want to talk to you about is something that excited me today as I was kind of scrolling through the news, because this is the first time I've seen anything about this particular project on the news feed on CoinGecko. So we're going to be going over Verasity today, you guys. This is a project that I have covered a couple different times on this channel, dating back to when I first started this channel. It was one of the first ones that I did a full review on, because I really do believe in this particular project. I'm pretty decently invested in this particular project. Everything I have is being staked because the staking rewards are 25.5% on the year. So I've got about a good half a year into this staking this project so far. So I've had some really good gains just from the staking rewards. But the fact that this particular project VRA was in the news on CoinGecko excited me, because I've been feeling like something's about to crack for this particular project. It's been holding and holding and holding and holding, and it's just about getting ready to do a big fat run. So we're gonna go over that. Before we do, you guys, look at where we're at. Market cap over $2 trillion once again. Now I know we've gone over the $2 trillion mark and back under it several times since about a week and a half ago when I did make my last video. And it's just, typical. I wouldn't quite say so much market manipulation at this point. I think it's just a lot of ebbs and flows from people taking profits and then people kind of jumping back into the market. And we haven't seen any major swings to the upside or the downside. So, this is pretty healthy in my opinion. I think that this market is pretty healthy. I said about a week ago that I feel like the bulls really want to run. I think there's just a few little things holding them back, but I do believe that as we head towards the end of summer into fall and down into the deep parts of winter, towards the end of this year, December mostly, I do believe that we're going to have some pretty big payoffs coming our way. So I do think that crypto is very healthy, you guys. This is a good time to be looking into certain projects and allocating some of what you have on the sideline, or if you're new to this market and you're waiting to jump in, this is the kind of time where you DCA, you guys. You dollar cost average. You don't just go all in on anything at any time. This is a really good time because you're going to hit some highs, you're going to hit some lows, but it really balances out over the long haul. And the best way to invest in crypto is to continue to invest a little bit at a time here and there, because this is a long-term play. Yes, you can make a lot of money in this. Yes, you can get rich overnight. A lot of people have. A lot of people have also lost their butts overnight because they don't understand how the market works, and they kind of go in too much, and then all of a sudden, the market goes down in a significant swing, which happens all the time, and then they bail out and they lose all their money. So my advice to you, if I was to give any, because I'm not a financial advisor, but DCA is the way to go. Trust me, from my years of experience, it's the most comfortable way to invest. But so let's go take a look at this little piece of news here, because I thought this was very exciting. 3 developments signal that Verasity, VRA, price may have bottomed. Yes, this price actually did bottom at some point. It was just about 0.7 of a cent. This was pretty recently after we had a pretty big dip in the market. And of course, when Bitcoin dips and everything else dips with it. So a lot of times, projects like this without a ton of liquidity in them, they do dip pretty hard. So that's the good time to usually get in. Fortunately for me, I've actually been into this project for a very long time, so I got in under the recent dip that it's at right now. But I wish I would have had a chance to allocate more money to it when it hit under a penny, because I do believe long term in this project. I see this project as doing something that kind of like what Theta did, just kind of cruising, and then when people realize what's going on here, it's gonna boom. The reason for this project to be under $1 billion, one day we're gonna look back, we're gonna go, gosh, remember when this was just a couple $100 million, at the most, at its peak, $1 million industry project. We got a long way to go on this, you guys. Verasity has got a lot going on, and this is a project I think that you can count on, especially if you're going to be able to stake it, especially if you're going to be able to hold it, especially if you're going to maybe even swing trade it, catch some highs, catch some lows, and just increase your profitability and you can increase your holdings on Verasity. With what they're coming up with, you guys, all the patents they have going on and getting into the NFT space, this is good. I'm not going to read this entire article, read a little bit of it right now, but I do suggest if you are into this project and you're looking into investing into VRA, I do suggest you read this entire article because it's very descriptive. It's really good. Let's start off here. Attractive staking offers a patented approach to combating NFT fraud, which is a big thing, and an active user base, which is true, all suggesting that VRA price has bottomed following its May lows. So it talks about the decline here. It talks about where it was. It talks about the high of almost 6 cents, about 5.5 cents. Went down to its low of under a penny again. Like I said, 0.7 of a penny on July 20th. The price of Veracity's VRA token has rallied 230% to an intraday high of 0.024 on August 17th, as its 24-hour trading volume has steadily increased. Yes. Now, what really makes me bullish about this particular project right now is that Bitcoin has kind of been swinging. The market has been swinging by over $100 billion here and there over the last few days, the last few weeks, and Verasity has kind of just continued to. If you look at this little chart right here, it kind of bottomed out there, and then it's been picking up. Let's get that out of there. It's been picking up, and it's been steadily climbing. It's been accumulating at the same time. So people are accumulating Verasity. This community is only growing. The staking rewards are great, so the incentives to keep them into staking and off the open market are really high at 25%. That's great. You hold that for a year, you're increasing your holdings by a quarter. And if you're smart, every month or so, you'll take what you've been staked, you'll put it back into the staking pool. So it's kind of like you're compounding your interest there, which is a really good idea. I've been doing that since the beginning, and it's been really, really well for me. It's really easy to use. I do recommend you do that. We're talking about community activity as a use case. Yes, because we all know that you have to have a great community. Look at Cardano. Cardano's got one of the best, if not the best, communities in all of crypto. I mean, these people are rabid about Cardano, as they should be, because it's a great project. But it just kind of goes over the points here of what's going on. But the big thing here is that they say here, congratulations, Verasity to be winning coin of operating, to be winning, that's not worded correctly, of Operation CoinMaker. VRA will be integrated as a form of payments to Shopping.io. That's big news. Shopping.io is a big deal. Shopping.io is giving people a chance to buy things on eBay, to buy things on, you can use the Shopping.io tokens on to buy on Amazon, and it's just kind of a big deal to get integrated into a platform like that, because it gives validity to exactly the fact that Verasity is not just another poop coin that's trying to do this and trying to do that. And people talk about their patents. People say that they're good. Some people say that their patents aren't worth anything. But the truth is that Verasity is doing big things. NFTs integrate with the Proof of View protocol. Another significant development from Verasity has been its Proof of View protocol, which has originally developed to allow users to differentiate between real and fake views on the blockchain. Think about that. Real and fake views on the blockchain, and was subsequently granted a United States patent. Since launching, the use case for Proof of View have increased, and Verasity team has extended the original patent to include non-fungible tokens, one of the fastest growing sectors in the financial technology sector. Yes, okay, NFT sales exceeded $250 million in the last 12 months. We all know that NFTs are blowing up, you guys. We all know that NFTs are doing really, really big things, and that's never going to stop. I remember 6 months ago, people were saying, oh, NFTs are dead and they're just a bubble. No, this thing's just getting started. The broad scale of NFTs, it covers almost everything, and it's just getting started. I don't care if you're talking about the Bored Apes and the Crypto Punks. Personally, I think that kind of is a little bit ridiculous as someone spending over $1 million for a little JPEG of a little guy, but it's more than that. It's about art. It's about collectivity. These things are collector's items, and we know that people will spend stupid money on things that are collectible and rare and bring them clout. So that is continuing to go on. The fact that VRA is now integrated with that space just to me means more growth ahead of the future. So like I said, look, this is a pretty big article. You can read all of it yourself here, but this kind of is one of my babies. I got into it at a really good price. Started talking about it on this channel a long time ago. I think it's finally starting to arrive. I think that the explosion of Verasity is just around the corner. I really can see, if this bull run continues, by the time we get to December, Verasity smashing through the 10-cent mark, maybe even smashing through the 20-cent mark. That would be kind of like a high for me. If you get on to some of their information, you get some of the moon boys out there talking about Veracity's going to hit $1 by the end of the year, and that'd be a lot to ask for. We're talking about a 50x from here, but anything's possible in crypto. We know that, but let's try to get our target. Let's get to about 10 cents first, and if we can get to there, maybe we can hit that 15 or 20 cent mark by the end of the year. At that point, I would be probably taking a good amount of profits and then kind of just letting the rest ride for a moon bag, because it certainly could get to $1. I just don't think it's going to happen this year, but good things coming, guys. Market's looking healthy. Let's go on to the rest of this. We're going to blow through a couple of news articles here, and I'm going to call it a day. This I found interesting because, of course, this is what we like to see, especially when we are into altcoins. Altcoin season is upon us. Recent market surges overshadow Bitcoin's market dominance. So no need to read this article, you guys. It's just something to point out again. The market dominance of Bitcoin, when it does start to dip, that means altcoins are gaining. And we do typically have seasons where we swing back and forth from altcoins to Bitcoin, to Bitcoin, to altcoins. Right now, it's kind of a good balance right now because Bitcoin and Ethereum are pretty healthy. But if we do head into an altcoin season, it's an opportunity to make some pretty insane gains and then hopefully put some of those gains into solid projects, more solid projects like your Bitcoin, like your Ethereum, the things that you want to hold on to forever. Keep an eye out, guys, because the volatility is on its way. Another piece of news here, worldwide crypto adoption jumps over 2,300% since 2019 from Chainalysis. Now, I watch a lot of other crypto YouTubers, although a lot of times I find myself grinding my teeth listening to some of their information, and sometimes some of them are really great. But these guys love to get their views, and so they'll do anything in their headlines to get views. But a lot of times they like to focus on the negative. They're talking about, the bears are saying this and the bears are saying that. And everybody's saying that the bears. But who cares what the bears have to say? This is a bull market right now. Yes, we've been in a break during the bull market, but this is still a bull market. There is so much crypto adoption going worldwide into the world as we speak right now. Mass adoption is happening day by day by day by day. So yes, you can make a case for the bears, of course, because people love to win money by shorting the market. You got that jerk dude, whatever his name is. He's Mr. Super Cool Guy. I can't remember his name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. The guy they made a movie after who shorted the housing market. And, the guy makes one great call, and it was an epic call. It was a great call. But all of a sudden, now he's got this clout. And he's jumping into our pool trying to splash around saying, oh, I see that there's a major crypto bust coming and he's going to short the market. Look, just because this guy called it once right doesn't mean he's going to call it again right. Because you know what? You go ahead, Mr. Dude, and short the crypto market. You will have regrets because we are going nowhere but up. Yes, we're going to have bumps in the road. Yes, there's going to be manipulation come into play, but the world is adopting Bitcoin in general and Ethereum and altcoins and just everything that is blockchain is being adopted rapidly. So when you see a 2,300% since just a couple years ago, and that's just the beginning because we're talking about, exponential growth. It's going to continue to invade and get itself set into every area of life that we have, especially when it comes to technology. So keep that in mind, you guys, that we are in a growing industry. We don't want to be in a shrinking industry. We want to be in something that's expanding and something that's growing. And yes, there are growing pains involved in such things. But in the overall long run, this is where you want to be. This is where you want to have your money. You want to have your money in good appreciating assets, not things like the US dollar that depreciate because they continually print more of them and they basically waste them. Your tax dollars, my tax dollars. Personally, I'd rather be outside that system, which kind of leads me into what I think you guys should go ahead and read yourself. But this is a decent article and it's just scratching the surface. The US empire has fallen. Choose Bitcoin. I've been saying this on my channel since I started my channel. And in fact, one of the reasons I've been saying this, or one of the reasons I started a channel, was because I wanted to be able to tell people, anyone who would listen, anyone, I don't care who it is, whether it's friends, family, complete strangers, you have to realize what's going on here. The United States is a fallen empire. It just hasn't really caught up yet. The bottom hasn't fallen out yet. We're in bad shape, you guys, when it comes to the financial market in this country, the way we print money, the way we spend money, the way we're handing out money for free, the whole the political spectrum of the United States, the dog and pony show, the clown show that it is. It's a circus, you guys. The bottom is falling out. The US dollar and the toilet paper have a lot in common, okay? A lot in common. Just constantly pooping out those dollars. The ultimate poop one, the ultimate... Yeah, you guys get the point, right? I'm not going to read this article. Read it for yourself. It's just interesting to find out that there is a lot going on. There's a lot of information that you can find out as far as to what exactly is going on. Because if you just close your eyes and pretend it doesn't exist, all of a sudden you're going to wake up one day and the dollars in your bank are going to be worth way less than they are right now. We're already seeing that right now. Inflation is kicking in rapidly. Food prices are going up. Gas prices are insane. Rent prices are insane. And the government wants to come and just print more money, and they want to keep people domiciled so they can control them and they can basically get away with everything that they want. So unfortunately, that's the world we live in, but that's where we're at. One more piece of news here. Two more pieces of news here. Another sign to me that we are talking about mass adoption here, because the second largest mortgage lender will accept crypto payments this year. That's pretty big. Not going to read the article once again, but just more ammo, you guys. People are adopting crypto, especially as a form of payment, because that's kind of what it started out being. Another form of payment outside the legacy system. We don't need to go through banks anymore. We don't need to go through intermediaries. We don't need to give 10% of whatever we're sending to another country, whatever it may be. There's another way. There's another way. Bitcoin. Last piece of news, just because I think it's kind of funny. Charles Hoskinson is $50,000 richer. So Charles Hoskinson won a $50,000 bet on ADA smart contracts rollout. So you guys know I'm a huge fan of Cardano. It is my biggest holding, percentage-wise, of my little piece of the pie. It's Cardano's a pretty good slice of that. So we found out that smart contracts are supposedly going to roll out on September 12th. September 12th is not here yet. So the fact that Charles Hoskinson won money on a bet on a ADA rollout is very interesting to me. But I guess that must be a really good thing for us, for Cardano holders, because I don't think anybody would pay up a bet unless it was a certainty. So to me, certainty means it has happened. It has taken place. So I don't know that this must be just tying up the loose ends here. But I'll tell you what, guys, look at the chart on Cardano. These are the kinds of things I expected. Look at this beautiful chart here as it just runs and runs and runs at a slight little angle. Then we got a boom, right? And then some people took some profits. And then we got another boom, right? And then we got some peaks and we got some dips. But I'm telling you, Cardano is getting ready to really do its thing. This is what it's been waiting for. This is a reason why I've been so patient with Cardano. There's a reason why it's my #1 holding. I really do see it topping $5 by the end of this year. And I know a lot of people think, oh, that's only, 1.5x from here, but the truth is when you hold a decent amount of something and you're watching that something steadily climb into a point to where you look back and it's doubled or it's tripled, it's kind of a good place to be. And talk about staking. You can stake it. You can earn your 5% in Cardano. Very smart place to have your money right now, you guys. Cardano is here to compete with Ethereum across the board. We all need competition. Those things are good. I'm out of here. It's time for me to go have some dinner, and just wanted to put a video out. Keep an eye on Verasity, you guys. Keep an eye out on Cardano, and enjoy what you have. This is a good time for crypto. Big things are coming. I'm still looking for some explosive moves towards the end of this year, and has yet to be seen.